Ideas are like energetic butterflies that love whispering into your ear. I love to visualize ideas as these little energetic butterflies or little light beings that are flying and floating around in the world. These ideas are needed to bring creative things to life. For these ideas to come to life in the world of matter, they need to move through something with primal creative energy. That is a human being. Your life force and creative potential draws these little ideas in. Imagine these little idea butterflies flying around, being drawn to the life force of certain people and then whispering into their ears, sharing the idea and planting that seed in their mind. There are billions, maybe even trillions of these little idea butterflies floating around at any given time, and their only objective is to be brought to life. So they find as many people as possible who may be able to bring them to life. You have many ideas being planted in your mind from soft little whispers all throughout each day. Some ideas are so out there from the way you live your life that you just laugh them off. Like the idea of starting a hot dog stand where people on the street can sing karaoke while blindfolded. Some ideas are small and can be immediately manifested. Others carry a more long-term visionary quality to them. For some of these ideas, you may tune into their frequency while you are watching a movie or something, and it triggers your connection to this idea. Some ideas come to you and you want to fully tune into the belief in your capability of bringing it to life, but your mind ultimately talks you out of it. All the ideas that could ever be had right now are floating around, but you are not in an aligned frequency with every single idea. They are all around though. To hear and perceive a certain idea, your creative energy, your life force, must match its frequency. The idea must be attracted to your energy. As you refine your energy, more refined ideas will be drawn to you. There are times when we are attracting an idea at an unconscious level, and it will stay with us until we are ready to consciously perceive it. Some of these idea butterflies will plant themselves in your ear and continue whispering until you are ready to hear them, like a constant tickle that you can't seem to shake until you follow it and muse on it. Other ideas that find you may leave for a while in hopes of finding someone else to bring them to life, but ultimately come back to you. Some big ideas will draw in all their friends for the ideas you need first in order to put things in place, and then in divine timing you consciously recall the first idea and see the divine synchronicity that was weaving through your life all along. There are so many ideas already flying around on earth. They are so excited to find someone who can bring them into form in our material world. If they come to you and you ignore them, or you take too long, they will simply fly away and find someone else to bring them to life. There will be times when you see someone doing something, bringing a creation of their own to life, and you think that you had that idea first, and maybe regret that you didn't end up following through and doing what you needed to implement it. The person who the idea went to may be someone you know or a stranger across the globe. There are also ideas flying around in different dimensions and out in all corners and space within the cosmos. Some of these are only aligned to your energy, and when you are ready, you channel them through to Earth. There will be some ideas that only you have the capacity to bring to life. There will be others that once you have channeled them into our realm and they are here to play, they may fly around for others to bring to life in their own unique way too. Some ideas will be naturally drawn to us, and sometimes we need to go and play in the world to find them. Sometimes we need to have a certain experience before we are ready for them. There are so many different ways that ideas can come and play with you. This isn't something to overthink about. You are naturally meant to create, so this element of creation is innate in that process. When you prioritize your life force, your creative energy will draw many ideas in. Some ideas know that they are meant to come into the world at a large scale all at once, and they have a strong impulse to be creative. So they will plant the seed in us and immediately go and do the same for many other people. So many people in the world will suddenly have the same idea. Even when this is the case, everyone who chooses to bring the idea to life through them will do it in a unique way. Every expression of the same idea will be different as it comes to life through the creative energy of different people. There will be similarities and maybe recognition that it is part of a wider trend, but it will be different nonetheless. There are times when trends seem to take over, and on the outside it may appear that everyone is copying someone else, but this is rarely the actual case. There may be times when a large creator has an influence over what others are creating, but even then, the same thing is coming to the world in many different flavors. If we think back to more ancient times, before the internet and before material communication between countries and continents, there are many examples of the same idea being created and the same ideas being documented. Even though different languages were used and different variations exist, many of the world's religions and spiritual teachings have the same core messaging, that there is a divine creator. The views of this divine creator become varied through the interpretation of different humans, yet the essence of the messages coming from this creator are often very similar, and how ancient pyramids not only exist in Egypt but around the world. The way we play with ideas has changed since the inception of the internet and more access to information. We can open our laptop or phone and Google ideas for ... fill in the blank, and many will come up. But maybe a little idea butterfly came and whispered in your ear to pick up your phone to make that search. Start to bring your awareness to all the ideas that are dropping in on the daily. Tune into which of these ideas have been very persistent trying to make you hear them. Which ideas really turn you on. Which ideas it may be time to let go of. Before making decisions, give yourself the space to play with each of them. How would it look and feel if you were to commit to bringing this idea to life? What would make bringing this idea to life fun and expansive? This is the process I moved through when I was playing with the idea to create the Spirited Leaders magazine, an online magazine that I curated and edited for 4 issues over 12 months. The idea dropped in to start a magazine focused on leadership, spirituality, creation, pleasure, business, and mindset. Initially, I thought that it sounded really interesting and like a really cool thing to do, but my next lot of thoughts were around the practical side of all the elements that would be involved, the layout, planning the articles, the online hosting parts, and all the other little bits and pieces I wasn't even aware of yet. I took a breath and put those practical elements aside so that I had the space to play with the vision. I prompted myself with the question, what would make this fun? What support would I love to have? What support would I need to have? What elements would I love to create myself? What is the big vision? It was pretty quickly after playing with the vision, these prompts stirred up that I was all in bringing this magazine to life. I allowed myself to get started, and the first issue was incredible, and it continued to evolve in many ways until I felt it complete after 1 year of creating 4 issues. In that time, I expanded my skills, connections, vision, and self in many ways, and the impact of what was created is still being transmitted in the world. When you cut yourself off from the potential of ideas at the first sign of doubt or fear, you will likely never bring creation into the world that is a reflection of your potential and creative power. It is a simple mechanism of the mind to ask these what if type of questions. You get to shift the questions to be spacious and expansive rather than constricting and depleting. Even when there is that initial doubt or questions around the how you would actually do something that you have never done before, choose to believe that you are competent enough to work it out as you go, resourceful enough to call in or find what you need, and that there are many different ways you can be supported through your experience. There are some butterflies that travel to you to give to others, and conversely, some that go to others to ultimately get to you. There will be times when an idea drops in, but you get the sense that someone in your circle would be a perfect person to bring it to life. So you share the idea with them. Ideas are abundant like that. Sometimes the ideas that you do give birth to into the world were designed to be the muse for someone else to feel activated in bringing their own idea to life. When we trust in the creative flow of energy within the collective, we can take a zoomed out view on the purpose each of our ideas has in the world once it has been birthed. Many of your own ideas will lead you into different experiences that needed to first occur. When you trust in the flow of life, your mind loosens its grip on needing any single creation to be successful in any one way. The expression of your creative energy when you bring creative ideas to life in the world is how you tune in deeper to your creative energy, which refines what you are attracting and brings you into divine synchronicity where there is ease in flowing along the path. Your creative energy is so unique, and you get to play with and explore all the ideas that are drawn to you. You get to bring life to the ideas that feel exciting and right for you.